They told you aging meant fading. Slower steps. Colder beds. A quiet kind of loneliness that creeps in between old routines. But what if they were wrong? Dead wrong. There's a quiet revolution happening in homes just like yours, kitchens filled with simple foods, overlooked for decades, now rediscovered as nature's most gentle, most powerful healers. This isn't a story about medicine. It's a story about something far more personal: touch, connection, and the spark we're told must vanish with age. But what if it didn't have to? Hi, I'm Dr. James. I've spent over 30 years helping men and women after 60 rediscover parts of themselves they thought were gone forever. And in today's video, I'm going to answer 3 powerful questions that could change the way you experience aging. 1. What's quietly robbing seniors of their energy, closeness, and intimacy, and how do you reverse it without pills? 2. What 4 everyday fruits are proven to help restore circulation and desire naturally? 3. How can you start today, without a complicated routine? Let's begin with a story. It starts in a small town in Minnesota. A retired farmer named Harold and his wife, Ellen, had been married for 47 years. Their days were peaceful: breakfast at 7, crossword at 10, an afternoon nap in matching recliners. But somewhere along the way, the warmth between them had cooled. Not from lack of love, but from a quiet surrender. Harold once told me, "Doc, it's not that we don't want to be close. It's that we don't know how to get back." That line stuck with me. You see, aging doesn't take desire. It takes circulation, the very thing that fuels the spark of touch, connection, and energy. When blood doesn't flow where it should, energy fades. Warmth disappears from your hands, your feet, and yes, your most intimate moments. But here's the truth most doctors don't say. You can restore that circulation. And not with prescriptions or hormone therapy. With fruit. Simple. Honest. Fruit. Let's look at the first one. Red grapes, the flow restorer. You probably have a bunch in your fridge right now, chilled beside a pitcher of water or that leftover tuna casserole. But red grapes are more than a snack. They're a signal to your body. A whisper to your blood vessels that it's time to open up again. Inside those tiny, deep red spheres is resveratrol, a natural compound that tells your arteries, relax. Breathe. Let the blood move freely. For Harold, this was the game changer. We added a bowl of red grapes to his afternoon snack. Within 3 weeks, his feet didn't feel like ice blocks at night. His energy returned. And one quiet Sunday morning, he and Ellen held each other a little longer than usual. That's the magic of blood flow. It doesn't just move oxygen. It moves memory, touch, connection. For men, red grapes help trigger and maintain stronger, natural erections. No need for the little blue pill. For women, grapes increase sensitivity and circulation to areas that often fall asleep with age. Not anymore. Now imagine if that kind of gentle revival continued. What would change in your life? Before we get to the next fruit, I want to remind you to hit subscribe and tap the bell icon. These aren't just health tips. They're doorways to living better, longer, and more fully. And if this message resonates with you so far, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. I read every reply and adjust every video based on your feedback. Because this is your journey. I'm just here to walk it with you. Now let's talk about the second fruit. One that protects you from the inside, quietly guarding your kidneys and clearing the path to intimacy. Cranberries, the kidney guardian. Cranberries used to be a joke in Harold's house. Only good for turkey dinner, Ellen would laugh. Until I showed her what they really did. You see, the kidneys are the body's filters. And like old coffee makers, when they clog up, the whole system backs up. That means less energy, more toxins, and irritation where you least want it, especially in the pelvic region. Cranberries, however, are like a fresh rinse cycle. They fight inflammation, clean the urinary tract, and keep blood flowing smoothly where it matters most. For Harold, this meant fewer nighttime bathroom trips, more restful sleep. And for Ellen, it meant no more discomfort or dryness during intimacy. Cranberries don't just protect. They restore comfort, quietly, gently, and beautifully. Add a small handful to your salad. A splash of juice to your morning. It's a little act that whispers to your body, I still care about you. And your body listens. But what if you want to go further? What if you want to not only feel safe and healthy but energized, like you're waking up from a long nap and remembering who you were before the world told you to slow down? That's where our third fruit comes in. Papaya, the energy awakener. When I first told Harold about papaya, he blinked and said, "Isn't that a fruit for tourists in Hawaii?" I laughed and said, "No, Harold. It's a fruit for you." Papaya is more than bright orange flesh and tropical sweetness. It's packed with vitamin C, E, and special enzymes that clean up inflammation and wake up your hormones. Yes, wake up. Testosterone, in men. Estrogen balance, in women. All restored gently with this sunshine-colored fruit. And for Harold? 1 cup a day, blended into a smoothie with Greek yogurt. After a month, he told me, "Doc, I don't just feel better. I feel like me again." And Ellen? She winked and said, "I married a new man." That's what energy does. It brings back confidence, movement, life. If you've been waking up tired, feeling disconnected from your own body, wondering where that old spark went, papaya might be your first step back. And we're not done. Because the last fruit on our list might just be the most surprising of all. It's not flashy. It doesn't scream superfood. But it holds a secret that could help you sleep deeper, feel lighter, and rediscover a warmth you thought was lost. Want to know what it is? Stick with me. We're about to talk about cherries. And trust me, you won't see them the same way again. Cherries, the intimacy booster. Cherries are quiet. They don't brag. They don't demand attention like a banana in your lunch bag or a watermelon at a picnic. They just sit there, dark red and still, like a secret waiting to be rediscovered. But inside each one is something powerful. They hold anthocyanins, natural compounds that reduce inflammation and help blood vessels stay soft, open, and responsive. This isn't just good for your heart. It's essential for intimacy. Let me take you back to a couple I'll never forget, Miriam and Joe. They were in their late 60s. Married since the summer of '72. And though they still laughed and danced in their kitchen, something had shifted. Joe felt disconnected from his body. He used to feel strong, capable. Now, he struggled with sleep. With energy. With closeness. And Miriam, though she never said it out loud, missed the small things. the hand on her back when she washed dishes. The way his eyes used to light up when she entered a room. They weren't broken. They were just fading. That's when I told them about cherries. We started with a bowl in the evening. Fresh when we could find them. Frozen when we couldn't. 2 weeks later, Joe called me. His voice was steady. "Doc, I didn't expect much. But something's different. I feel lighter. Calmer. And last night, we held each other. Really held each other." What cherries do is more than physical. They contain natural melatonin, which helps you sleep deeper and longer. And when you sleep better, everything else improves: hormones, mood, even the way you talk to each other. For men, cherries help with blood flow to the penis, no chemicals needed. For women, cherries support arousal, reduce dryness, and restore that gentle inner warmth that so many thought was gone forever. But perhaps most important of all, they bring peace. To your heart. To your nerves. To your sleep. And when peace returns, so does connection. Now I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds wonderful, but how do I actually start? Do I need a complicated diet? Expensive smoothies? A stack of grocery lists? No. Just one small change. Because the truth is, your body doesn't need a flood of effort. It needs a drip of consistency. And that brings us to the third question in today's video. How do you start today without turning this into another overwhelming routine? Let's go back to Harold and Ellen one last time. I asked them, what made the biggest difference? And Harold, in his usual soft-spoken way, said, "We didn't try to change everything. Just one thing at a time. That's the secret. Start with one fruit. Maybe it's a handful of red grapes with lunch. Maybe it's a scoop of papaya with breakfast. Maybe it's a few cherries before bed, shared like a quiet ritual. Whatever feels right. Whatever feels possible. The key isn't the quantity. It's the message your body hears. I'm choosing life. I'm choosing flow. I still believe in warmth. Let that be your anchor. Over time, you'll notice little things. Warmer hands and feet. A clearer mind. A longer hug. An unexpected smile from across the room. Those aren't coincidences. They're signals that your body is remembering how to live, not just survive, but thrive. And don't worry if it feels slow. Nature is slow too. Rivers don't rush, but they shape canyons. Trees don't grow overnight, but they outlive storms. And your body, even after 60, even after 70, still listens, still heals, still responds. Let this be your reminder. It's not too late. You are not too late. I've seen men in their 70s reconnect with their partners after years of quiet distance. I've seen women cry tears of joy because for the first time in years, their body felt like theirs again. This isn't magic. It's nourishment. It's wisdom. And it's within your reach, starting with something as humble as a piece of fruit. But what comes next? How do you keep the momentum once it begins? That's where most people get stuck. They try everything for a week, then give up when it doesn't feel like fireworks. But here's the truth. These fruits don't work like a light switch. They work like a sunrise. At first, it's just a soft glow on the horizon. Then slowly, steadily, the light grows. And one morning, you wake up and realize you feel alive. You feel seen. You feel loved. So I'll leave you with this. If all you do tomorrow is toss a few grapes into your bag before your walk, if all you do is swirl a spoon through papaya and close your eyes for one quiet bite, if all you do is replace that late-night cookie with a handful of cherries as you watch the news, then you've already started. And that matters more than you know. Because every small act of nourishment is an act of defiance against aging's worst myth. That you are done. You are not done. Your story is still unfolding. And in the chapters ahead, there is warmth. There is intimacy. There is joy. You've earned it. Now it's time to feel it. Stay with me, because in the final section of this video, we're going to bring it all together. You'll see how these 4 fruits don't just heal the body, but revive the spirit. And I'll show you how to turn this new knowledge into a lifestyle so simple, you'll wonder why no one told you sooner. Your journey isn't over. It's just beginning. Let's bring everything home now. We've talked about the 4 fruits: red grapes, cranberries, papaya, and cherries. We've talked about what they do, how they help, and what happens when you invite them into your life, slowly, gently, with intention. But now I want to tell you something that matters more than all of that. It's not about the fruit. It's about what the fruit represents. Because every time you pick up a grape or stir a few cherries into a bowl, you're saying something to yourself that goes deeper than diet. You're saying, I still matter. You're saying, my health, my connection, my energy, my closeness, they're worth nurturing. You're saying, I still have living to do. And that, my friend, is the most powerful decision of all. You see, I've worked with thousands of seniors, veterans, teachers, mechanics, homemakers. Some were married, some were widowed. Some were filled with stories. Others were quieter, holding years of love and loss in their eyes. But no matter where they came from or what their health looked like, the moment they decided to believe in their own renewal, something always shifted. And that shift? It wasn't just physical. It was spiritual. It was like their body stood up and said, "Thank you for remembering me." That's what this is really about. Not prescriptions. Not miracle cures. Just a quiet remembering that you are still alive. That you are still here. That there is still something worth feeling, touching, sharing. That's the real gift of these 4 fruits. They remind you to care again. To care about how you sleep. To care about how you feel when you wake up. To care about what it feels like to hold someone's hand and feel that soft pulse of warmth travel between your skin and theirs. And if you're sitting there thinking, it's been too long, or that part of my life is over, let me tell you something I've seen with my own eyes. It's never too late. I've seen a man named Carl, 82 years old, who thought his best years were behind him. He'd lost his wife 5 years prior and hadn't looked at another woman since. But after a year of taking better care of himself, just small steps, fruits, walking, journaling, he joined a community garden. That's where he met Irene. Now they take their morning walks holding hands. Sometimes they stop to look at the flowers. Sometimes they sit on a bench in silence. But they're not alone anymore. And all Carl did to begin was add cherries to his evening routine. He didn't think it would change his life. But it did. Because one good habit leads to another. And eventually, those habits open the door to hope. So I want to leave you with this thought. Maybe the doctor didn't tell you. Maybe the news didn't report it. But your best days don't end at 60. Or 70. Or even 80. They evolve. They shift from the fireworks of youth to the warmth of a glowing hearth. And while that hearth might burn a little slower, it still burns. It still lights the room. It still warms the heart. It still invites people to gather around it. You are that hearth. Your warmth still matters. Your closeness still matters. Your ability to connect, to feel, to share, still lives inside you. And if all it takes to begin that reawakening is a handful of fruit, isn't that a path worth trying? So here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow. Today. Right after this video, go to your kitchen. Look at your fruit bowl. If there's nothing there, make a list. Red grapes. Cranberries, fresh, dried, or juice, just make sure it's unsweetened. Papaya. Cherries. Then choose one. Just one. And say to yourself, this is for me. Not for the kids. Not for the neighbors. Not for your doctor. For you. Because after everything you've done, raising a family, building a life, giving love, making it through storms, you deserve this moment of restoration. This moment of quiet revival. This moment where you look in the mirror and say, I'm not finished. So try it. Taste it. Feel what it stirs inside. Then come back here. Leave a comment. Let me know what you tried and how it made you feel. And if you want more videos like this, videos that help you rediscover yourself, your health, and your joy after 60, click subscribe. Tap the bell so you don't miss a thing. And if today's message touched your heart, even just a little, type 1 in the comments. If it didn't, type 0. I want to hear from you. Because this channel isn't about me. It's about us. A community of people who still believe in life. Still believe in connection. Still believe in the power of choosing to care for ourselves, gently, naturally, and with joy. Let me end with this. You've spent a lifetime giving. Now it's time to receive. Receive energy. Receive warmth. Receive intimacy. And receive the truth that your body, your heart, your connection are still beautifully, incredibly alive. So go. Peel that papaya. Pour that cranberry juice. Savor those cherries. Feel those grapes burst with sweetness on your tongue. And know, this isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new one. One written not in years lost, but in moments reclaimed. From my heart to yours. Thank you for being here. And until next time, stay well, stay kind, and keep the spark alive.